Doing a flow test with ABS for Tricorn. First starting off with 250 millimeters a second at 27 millimeters cubed per second. 0.5 millimeter line width, 0.25 layer height. I'm just going to increase speed until I run out of flow. And then this is ABS at 270 degrees Celsius. Obviously this is printing just fine. Let me bump it up. We'll start off at, let's just say 200%, so that'll jump us up to 500 millimeters a second. And that's 54 millimeters cubed per second. Running at 50,000 millimeters per second squared and 5 square corner velocity. But I don't think square corner velocity matters too much. Looks to be printing fine there. Let's bump it up to 225%. That's like 563 millimeters per second, 60.9 millimeters cubed per second. Let's see how it's done. No issues. Let's go 250. 625 millimeters a second, 67 millimeters cubed. No issues there. I'm going to bump the fan speed up to 65%. And then get this up to 275. This is at 688 millimeters a second and 74 millimeters per second. Then bump the fan up to 70%. And then 300%. Which it will be 750 millimeters a second and 81 millimeters cubed per second. Extruder is 8-tooth CNC Sherpa. And then I have an Orbiter V2 back there, just a feeder extruder to take the weight of the spool off the extruder. Let's do 325. And I'll bump the fan speed up to 75% just to be safe. This is 810 millimeters per second and 87 millimeters per second, or millimeters cubed per second. No issues so far. It is working my dough plate a little bit, but we'll keep going. Alright. Let's do 335%. Which is 838 and 90 millimeters cubed. Let's try 345, 350%, which is 875 millimeters a second, 94. Looks like we need a little bit more fan. 80 on the fan. 875 millimeters a second, 94 millimeters cubed per second. All right, let's bump it up to 360%, which is 900 millimeters a second and 97 millimeters cubed per second. Taking it very well. All right, let's try 365%. 913 millimeters a second, 98.8 millimeters cubed per second. Okay, 375. This is 938, and it looks like peak is 101 millimeters cubed per second. Let's bump it up to 385. Another 10%. This is 963, 104. Alright. And 400%. 1,000 millimeters a second. Looks to be 108. Let's do 410. And I'll give it some more cooling. It says it's stuck at 1,000. Let's what it is. 420%. Alright, so this is just at 1,000 millimeters a second and 108 millimeters per second squared. Let's pop it there. So this is at maxed out at 108 millimeters cubed per second, 1,000 millimeters a second, 50,000 acceleration, 5 square corner velocity. Walls don't look too bad. A little bit of cooling issue in the middle there, but we fixed that. So yeah, Tricorn is doing well. For filaments, I'm using Creality Hyper ABS Black, Peregrine Toolhead, and then I have Kraken V2 motors on for now.